Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Gunnar Lee with me. We've just beaten Wolverhampton 5-0 at the Emirates. The season done. This is how we're going out. 5-0, winners. A nice way to go out. But Lee, I asked Nick this. Is it bittersweet considering we hadn't seen us in the previous games before, or is it something you can really enjoy?
Well, do you know what? Look, I want to start on the game. I thought, it was a real professional performance. I think, some of the things we spoke about before, not conceding, going into the game with a new idea of like next season, we're going to come back and we're going to show that we're ready to kind of have another title challenge. And that's definitely going to have to be the aim for next season. I thought there were some real standouts. I thought the team played really well and functioned really well, especially after the first 20-ish minutes. Xhaka obviously was really good today. I thought he was kind of good defensively as well as getting 2 goals.
Would you want him to stay? A lot of the fans, apparently I heard in the crowd, were saying we want you to stay.
I think, look, I would have been happy for him to stay as a squad player, but I'm also happy for him to go on to pastures new and we now upgrade, because that's a position that I think we've spoken about over the season where we can really upgrade now, and we've got a few players that can maybe come in and do a different type of job even in that same position. So look, happy that he's kind of redeemed himself and he's had a real redemption arc. But I thought he was good today. Jorginho was really, really good. Looking at some of his defensive numbers and sort of penetrative passes forward. Saka though, someone who this week he's had a lot of criticism. Getting this whole 200k, people trying to say he's on 300k, etc., etc. Listen, whatever he's on, that was a real good performance today. That was a menacing performance. And that was a performance where we can go into next season with a little bit more optimism, because I think when you give a player a new contract, yes, Arsenal fans are worried and saying, oh, well, why was he only got a 4-year contract? We're going to have to go back to the table in 2 years' time. Firstly, let's celebrate it. And secondly, the club have to also look out for themselves, because we've been burnt a little bit as well with Ozil and Aubameyang and Alexis as well. So listen, overall, really, really good performance. Really, really good performance. I think, when you spoke about it earlier on, the season as a whole has been a really good season. Yeah. I'm not going to be sitting here and be the, prisoner of the moment and say something silly like it's not been a, a good season. It's been a really good season. And I think from a personal thing, you fall back in love with the club. I had a season ticket in 2014 and I had to give it up. And I had to give it up because Arsene Wenger, as much as I loved him, I just couldn't go and watch that, and I couldn't pay my money. I wasn't the richest at the time. I was a uni student, and listen, Arsenal's
cheap.
Season tickets as a uni student was not easy. So listen, I really have to give the team and the props to the manager. Look, they can improve. And one thing I like about Arteta is he constantly improves. And that's something that we have to learn and take into next season.
What improvements do we need?
So moving on to that, I think we know that we need 2 centre mids at least. I think obviously Xhaka's going, so that's immediately someone who needs to come into the first team and be replaced. And there's a lot of talk about this whole Declan Rice and Caicedo, and look, it's potato. I don't necessarily think that Rice is the person that we should be going for. I think there are other players that we can go out there. But in truth, I actually don't really care. I've said it and I'm going to say it over again so people can hear me clearly. Whoever Arteta wants, the board have to go and get them. Because this is now, we're in a prison kind of moment now. We're similar to Liverpool when, even dare I say there's teams like Tottenham. These managers need to be backed, and Arteta needs to be backed. I know he's had £400 million already, but that money was to get them to this level and to the top 4, let's say. We now need to close the gap to Man City. We've seen how far we are away from them when we played them twice this season. We've lost 4-1 and 3-1 respectively. So I think now what we need to do is really try and hone in some real quality. We need to trim the fat and we need to really go for the quality, because that's the way we're going to go. So I think it's not just the likes of Declan Rice. We need other players, so the likes of Caicedo. So yeah, we can argue. I mean, I've done arguments and discussions with Robbie all season about who we should get, but it doesn't really matter. Whoever Arteta wants to sell, that's it. Like, we just have to follow that, because he's going to hopefully be the person to take us to that promised land. He was 7% away from getting us there. He was 7%, which in truth isn't that bad. And it's unfortunate. We were top for 200 and I believe 48 days, but yeah, we didn't get it there. So look, the game today was a really, really good game, really, really chilled, and it was nice to see Xhaka step up. That was what a captain does. That's what a leader does. He took the game by the scruff of the neck and got us 2 goals to kind of open the game up. Odegaard obviously was purring. I think the season as a whole has been a really good season. We've gone to White Hart Lane. We've absolutely tore them a new one.
Yeah.
You know, we've
Home
gone to
and away,
Chelsea, home and away, and done the job over them again. I believe before the West Ham game, we were something like 9 games or 7 games in the London clubs. We didn't even concede away from home as well. So listen, there's some, you know, so many good the moments and points in the season where I can look back and say, do you know what, that was magical. And it looks like we were on this fairy tale of a ride. And listen, I know everyone's going to, you know, put bottles in the comments when this game's done, because I was as excited as you. I didn't do the T-shirt, but I was as excited as you. And listen, we're at the point now where, you know, as we said, we go to next season and we need to prove the doubters wrong. Every single season we get doubters on us saying that it's Arsenal, it's the history of Arsenal, that we're now the new bottlers. So we need to change that now. Like, we need to go into the season, get the players that Arteta wants. And we've heard all of this rhetoric now. You know, we've got a plan that, you know, phases and all of these different things, these buzzwords that are in football now. Arteta, you're the guy. I think everyone kind of has a lot of hope and belief in you, and the board, there's a lot of eyes on you, and you need to show us that you're ready, because it's going to be a real tough season next season. So well done to the players, man. I think we can, in the prism of the moment, as I said, you can kind of get onto players a little bit too much, and you can kind of you can push and want, because we're all Arsenal fans, so we're thinking, oh, they should have a privilege. It's a privilege to play for the club, because if I had the quality that some of these players had, I would be running and, you know, trying to perform and do all the things that they could do better. But sitting on your couch, it's easy. Sitting in a stadium, it's easy. So, yeah, it's been a good season. It's been a really good season. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I would have gone to a 9, personally, just for my thoughts and how I feel about a lot of the players. But, yeah, it's we're falling a little bit short, and I have to kind of be objective about that. So, yeah, listen, man, next season, we go again.
Introducing FANZONE. My friend Elliot from Canada.
We are still
Say we are
top of the league. Say we are top of the league. We are top of the league. Say we are top of the league.
Allows any fan, anywhere you are on the planet, to broadcast live into our shows at the push of a button via our website or app.
I'm tired of hearing about the Europa League like it's silverware. So is the League Cup. So is the Dubai Cup. So is the Community Shield.
Michael, come on, they're not the same level.
No, I mean it.
Cecile. My guy.
FANZONE on AFTV Plus. You can download it on iOS or the Play Store and have your say. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.